Today I will be doing Melena's makeup to show you the proper way to apply competition and dance line makeup. First, make sure that your skin is clean and moisturized. Then you'll apply a face primer. Any primer is fine as long as it's well suited for your skin type, whether you have oily skin, dry skin, large pores. You'll want to apply it a little bit down past the neckline onto your neck also. As well as on the eyelids to keep the eyeshadow on all day. The primer creates a canvas on your skin that helps keep the makeup on all day so that you don't sweat it off. We'll let that dry for about a minute. We're going to start with Melena's eyes today. That way, if there's any fallout from the brush and the eyeshadow onto the cheeks, it's easy to wipe off before applying your foundation. We're going to apply concealer first to her eyelid. That helps if you have any discoloration on your eyelids, or it also creates a base so that the eyeshadow sticks better. If you have an eyeshadow base, you can use that as well, or instead of the concealer, it all works the same. This is the eyeshadow palette that we're going to be using today, and we're going to take the lightest color and apply it to her entire lid all the way up to the brow line. Next, you're going to want to take a crease brush and take either the black or the brown, or sometimes I mix them together even. Go ahead and close your eyes. And you'll apply it right in the crease of her eye. You really don't want to go any further up from the crease, otherwise it starts to look like a raccoon or like you have a black eye. You'll also bring from the crease, once you get here, you'll bring it kind of out and then down as in a V along the lash line. It's really important that once you get it in the crease, that you take a brush, a clean one, and you really blend it a lot. You don't want any harsh lines, otherwise it starts to look messy. And remember, don't go up any farther than the crease. And as you can see, we kind of went out a little bit past her eye and then up over the eyelid. Now we'll be taking, I usually mix the two together, but if you have a red color or a burnt red or an orange, you put this right on the eyelid. Now that we've got the burnt orange reddish color on the eyelid, we'll take the upper and that and kind of blend them a little bit. You want to lean forward and show them up close? That's what it should look like. Okay, now we'll be applying the eyeliner to the upper eyelid. This is the eyeliner pen that I'm going to be using. Any kind of liquid liner is good for the upper eyelid. Go ahead and close your eyes. And you'll start right in the corner of her eye. And keep your hand really steady so that the line is straight. And I always go past Melena's eye a little bit and make a little bit of a cat eye. It just makes the eye makeup for competition a little more dramatic. I'm going to show. This is what it looks like up close. And then we'll be doing the other eye. It's better to start with a thin line because you can always go back and add more, but if you do it too dark at first or too thick, it's hard to fix it. There we go. Go ahead and or let it dry for a few seconds. Go ahead and open. And then we'll be applying a little bit of eyeliner on the lower lash line, but you want to make sure that you use a pencil and not the liquid liner on the bottom. You don't ever want to use liquid liner along the lower lash line. It ends up making your eyes look too drastic and it'll end up smudging by the end of the day and you'll look like a raccoon. It also can cause irritation to your eyes because it'll get up on the waterline. So I've got a pencil. You can either use brown or black. Go ahead and look up. And just start over where the edge of the upper eye, the liquid liner is, in the outer corner of their eye. And just bring it in to about the middle of their eye. Don't go all the way in. This will just give the appearance of larger eyes.
Wait, what color did you use?
I used black brown. Then I always take a little bit of the brown eyeshadow and I go over the pencil line. It just kind of keeps the line from looking as harsh, and it also sets it because you're putting powder over it so that if they sweat during the day, it doesn't run at all. Now we're going to be applying the false lashes, and what you'll do is you'll take the lashes, this is the set we have, you'll take them off the plastic and then you'll match them up to their eyes and see if they fit, and if they don't, you'll want to trim the corners. This particular set actually fits her eyes perfectly. I have a little holder like this, or you can use some tweezers to hold your lashes, and then you'll want to apply a thin line of the lash glue to the lashes.
The holder that we have came in an eyelash set too.
One thing you want to make sure of is when you first apply the glue to the lash strip, you want to give it about 30 seconds before you actually apply it so that the glue gets tacky and isn't wet. Otherwise, you'll see it all along your eyelid. Now that we've let the eyelash glue sit for about 30 seconds, we're going to apply it right to her lash line. Make sure you really push in at the corners so that they don't fall off throughout the day. And then I usually have her keep her eyes shut until the lash glue dries all the way. Now that we have both set of false eyelashes on, I'm going to have Melina close her eyes and I'm going to go over the black eyeliner line with the black liquid eyeliner again. This just makes it black, like darker, and it also makes it look more natural, like the lashes are supposed to be there and it hides the band. Next, we are going to apply the eye glitter onto her eyelid. This is the eye glitter that came in her kit. You can use the lash glue on, or I mean, not the lash glue, the eye glitter glue that came in the kit if it doesn't stick well on your eyelids, or if you have oily eyelids. The glitter always stays all day on Melina without using any glue, probably because of the concealer and the primer. I just take the lid and I take a brush, go ahead and close, and I just dab it all over her eye. Focusing more up at the top along the eyebrow line. Once that's applied, we're going to do a thin layer of mascara to attach her natural lashes to her false lashes, and it also kind of gives them an oomph so that it looks more noticeable. Go ahead and close your eyes. Remember to keep them closed. Okay, we finished her mascara and we added a little bit on the lower lashes also. This is what their eyes should look like when you're finished. Okay. Now I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I am going to wipe underneath her eyes to get any fallout, eyeshadow, or glitter off. And then I'm going to apply foundation to a makeup brush. If you use a makeup brush to apply foundation, it goes on a lot smoother and gives an airbrushed look. This is the brush I have. Any foundation is fine. MAC is fine. I use Naked by Urban Decay on Melina. It really works well and it's very buildable, so you don't have to put a ton on. Make sure that you go past their neckline also so that you don't have a line there. As well as up kind of in their hairline a little bit too. Good. Again, along with like the primer, finding your skin type, you want to use the right kind of foundation for your skin type. You don't want to use a matte foundation on dry skin, and you don't want to use a dewy based or a moisturizing based one on oily skin. After I apply the foundation, I take the concealer, which I use the Naked from Urban Decay concealer also in Milena, but any concealer is fine. Make sure it is not a cream foundation when you use it under the eyes, such as like a matte cream. This is only for covering up spots on your face. Like if you have a pimple or something else, you never want to use this under your eyes, otherwise you'll get creases. You always want to use a liquid concealer. And I just put a little bit in the corners and under her eyes just to brighten it up. And then I'll use the same foundation brush, like that. And then I have a smaller concealer brush for the hard to reach places like the corner of the eye, like that. And bring it right up to where the lower eyeliner is. Once again, blend. Blending's always really important on the eyes, on the face, anywhere. Can never blend enough. Now, if Milena were to have any like pimples or anything, which she really doesn't, but I'll just show you anyways, then you would use a cream-based like MAC or any other kind, and then you just touch it and just kind of blend it in, and you would do that after the foundation. And you really don't want a concealer that's a lot lighter than your foundation, maybe like 1 to 2 shades lighter, that's it. Next, we'll want to set her foundation, and you can either use a loose powder or I'm going to use MAC Fix because I find that it holds it all day and it gives it a really smooth finish. And I'll be applying that with a brush too. Close your eyes, quick. And I kind of just go around in circles with it. That way. Once again, bring it into the hairline. And then also have them look up and apply some under the eye area. That'll keep any creases from happening throughout the day, and it'll hold on the makeup. And then blend on down to the neck too, so you don't have a makeup line. And then you can come up close and show them. And that's how the foundation looks. Then we will be applying the blush, and we're using the Mode Dion that came in the kit, along with a blush brush. I'm going to have her make a fish face so that we get it right. And when you do blush, you only want to bring it to about here, like where the end of their eye is down. Don't ever bring it through here. We use a lot more blush for competition or dance line than we normally would. And if you happen to get it too dark or anything, you can go over with your powder brush and just kind of blend it in too. Do you want to come forward? Okay, last we are going to apply a lip liner, and we'll be using the Mode Dion again, but any red would work. Okay, once we have them lined, then we will take the lipstick, and I always put the lipstick on a lip brush for her. It's easier when you're doing somebody else's makeup to put it on a lip brush. It gives you more control over it so that it doesn't get outside of the lines. Okay, now that we got Melena's lipstick on, the last thing I do always is I take that MAC Fix again, or the powder, and I go over her face one more time to lock everything in. Okay. Normally, we would have done her hair first. We always do so that we don't get any hairspray or anything on her face. Okay, can you look up one time? And she's done, and I'll show you close up. You turn your face. Okay. And that's it for the competition makeup. The only other thing that we didn't do on Melena, because she already has dark eyebrows, is if you feel you need to color them in or make them a little bit darker on your daughter, you can always get an eyebrow pencil. Anastasia of Beverly Hills makes a great one. MAC does. And you just fill them in like with small lines, you know, so it looks like hairs, and then you comb them, and then you can always apply a gel or a clear mascara over your eyebrows to hold them down as well.